Oh, now come on, Shirley. What do you think? Yeah, I'm a superb cook. I'm a terrible cook.
Actor Ian McNeice of Doc Martin answers fan questions in this second of two special podcasts. I'm Eric Luskin from American Public Television. In November 2015, we asked Doc Martin fans to send in questions for Ian via Facebook. Here now, part two.
What we do is at the beginning of each series, we have a rehearsal period where we sit down with the director, in this case it was Nigel Cole, and with the writers, and go through basically all of the episodes. And during that time, we spend a week doing it in London, and we go through, read them all together with the whole cast, and then we have set aside some rehearsal time with the director and the writers, and so we can go in, and if there's anything that we're not sure about or we need to look at, we have that time then to go through it, and on the day too. I mean, things crop up from time to time, or you have a suggestion. I mean, I quite often like putting my input in and saying, I think Bert would say it this way, or I have ideas that it might be better that way, or I've always been one for putting in some Cornishisms. And so I've got this lady in the village called Nikki Bradbury. She runs the pasty shop. And she's helped me along the ways with little Cornishisms. So proper job is a Cornishism, or 'tis handsome, or, all sorts of things like that. And I sneak them in. Just because it's sort of things that there's one particular in this last series which I was proud of, which is the writer had written something about a restaurant saying, I was going to have a breakfast meeting with someone who ran a restaurant in Delabol. Now, Delabol is this village just outside of Port Isaac. It doesn't have a single restaurant in it. So I had to say, he obviously had not been there, so he didn't know that. So I had to say, look, there's no restaurants in Delabol. It's the odd pub and that. But there's something in Weybridge as well. So I say there's a restaurant in Weybridge, and I now know, I knew at the time, that they have a stress. The locals call it Weybridge. Call it Weybridge. So I put that in, and I was so proud of that I could say, oh yes, I got a breakfast meeting in Weybridge, and I'm sure that the locals would have been pleased about that. So it's things like that I sneak in.
Gabriella asks, what's your favorite part of America? You've been here quite a bit.
Oh, goodness me. I mean, I am so spoiled because I've now, thanks to not only Doc Martin, but also Doctor Who, because I'm going to go to Long Island, and then I'm going to go to Chicago to do various conventions, Doctor Who conventions. So and also now thanks to Doc Martin, I've been to Boston and been to now in Atlanta. So it's great. And of course, with my other work, it's taken me all over America. So I have to say, it's always the next one, isn't it? It's always the next place to go and see. I've got so many other places I want to go. I'd love to go to the Florida Keys. That's where I'd love to go and explore. I've been to LA. I've done that. I've been to San Francisco. I've been to San Diego and Mexico. So all those places, no particular place, but it's always the next one. Let's make it the next exciting one.
Shirley asks, do you really know how to cook, Ian?
Oh, now come on, Shirley. What do you think? Yeah, I'm a superb cook. I'm a terrible cook. No, I'm not bad. I can make do. And since I've been trying to be on this diet, there's a couple of English cooks called the Hairy Bikers. I don't know whether you have them in America. But the Hairy Bikers are great because they do comfort food, but they do it in a reduced state. They do the diet version. Come round and I'll cook for you, baby.
Now, many folks, and yours truly included, struggle with weight issues. What practical piece of advice would you have for folks who are looking to make a change in their diet?
Go to Port Isaac, and when you get there, have as many pasties as you can. That'll see to you, I tell you. Listen, I tell you, I'm so good. So, but most of the year, I do very well. And then I hit Port Isaac, and I tell you, man, between the cream teas that you have there with the little scones or scones and the cream and the jam and the pasties and the fish and chips that you can have, it's lethal. That place is an absolute heart attack waiting to happen. So, don't ever go there. That's what I'm saying. Don't ever go to Port Isaac because you'll put on so much weight.
Thank you. My cardiologist appreciates that. How much of you is in the character of Bert? He can be such a sweetheart when the writers aren't making you be a self-serving jerk. I'm reading the quote. And you really seem to care about people as Bert. How much of that is also Ian McNeice?
I think there's quite a lot of me in Bert. Absolutely. I think yes. No. If I had to meet Bert, I'm sure we'd be mates. No, I think there's a lot of me in Bert. Yes, I think so.
How do you differ?
Oh, please! I'm so much more handsome than him, quite frankly. And I've lost so much weight compared to Bert as well now as well. No. I mean, I think Bert. There's a limit to Bert's a pretty stick in the mud about various things. I don't think he suffers fools gladly very, very easily, and I think he's quite a grumpy old sod as well.
Judy asks whether Bert has a little crush on Louisa.
Oh, I don't think without a shadow of a doubt. How can you not? She's such a beautiful lady, isn't she? Let's face it. Oh, I'm sure Bert has had her, and I've asked it to write that in, quite frankly. I think it would be a good second.
Well, Judy's observation is Bert always seems to light up when they share a scene together.
Oh, well, I think, do you know what? I have to say this is absolutely true, is that when we finish the scene, Caroline, who plays Louisa, says to me, you know what, why don't we have more scenes? Because it's such a good job playing together, and it is, and we really enjoy it. So you're absolutely right. We do light up because we love working with each other, and I think she's terrific. And she's pretty easy on the eye, let's face it.
2 more questions.
Yeah.
Do you feel that the writers will ever run out of inspiration?
You know what? That's my one fear. My one fear is that, and I think it's our biggest problem. I think because it's one thing as all wanting to do the show again. It's another thing ITV saying, "Can you do it?" Yes, we'd like to do it. Our downfall will be when they actually come to the end of the line and say, "Actually, there's nowhere for the show to go anymore," and that's when they'll close it down. And so that's my biggest fear. And we have that problem now. We have a problem where we reached Series 7. It's been a very good year, and it's been a very good series. And how do you make the next series as good or even better? And that's what lies ahead of them. And so if we don't have Series 8, you'll know that that's what's happened. We reached the point where they cannot think of how to make it any better or how to make it any good. So
thanks to Victoria for that question. If you were a betting man, what's your feeling? What's your gut tell you about the future? Will there be another series of Doc Martin?
If I had to put money on it, I'd put $100 straight on to win. I would say we'll be back. I do think we'll be back. I cannot see how those people cannot let it come back because A, it's hugely popular, not only in America, but all over the world. I meet people in that village on a constant basis that come from all over the world. So it's watched hugely by so many people. And also, I think the thing is, Series 7, and we're still reaching very good viewing figures in England. I just hope they don't get lazy and not work at the scripts, because that's the one thing that could let it down. So my feeling is, yes, please, I would put money on. I would definitely put money on there'll be another series.
Ian, you're awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Actor Ian McNeice, Bert Large from Doc Martin, answering fan questions in Atlanta, Georgia. Doc Martin is seen in the U.S. on public television. Please be generous in your support. Doc Martin DVDs are available at retail.